Today I'm going to show you how to reclaim your sanded pastel paper. Do you ever have any unsuccessful paintings? I have a stack of them. So what I do is I take them outside in the air, open air, and I brush off as much of the pastel that I possibly can. You can see these were two bad paintings. And then I take my isopropyl alcohol or rubbing alcohol and I brush it, I kind of give it a wash and I let it dry. And then what I'm going to show you next is this is a reclaimed piece of paper, sanded paper, and I'm going to do these beautiful flowers on there. Okay, so as I said, this had a not so good painting underneath that I washed off and took a light pink pastel pencil and drew out the image. And going to start in the middle and kind of build the painting around the middle, like from here all the way around. So I'm laying in the little center of the flower, and I'm going to branch out from there and start to lay in some base colors for the petals. So I like to layer my colors. That's what I think gives this medium its glow. So I first put down a darker blue instead of putting just the purple. It gives it a whole other glow underneath. Do that with the purple over here. I don't like to put my lightest color first. It ends up looking chalky. So keep that in mind. You have to build up to your lights. Okay, so we're going to have this nice dark cast shadow that's coming off of the little center. And when you're drawing out your flowers, I first draw out the whole, like a circle and an ellipse in here and there. And then I get the placement all right, the composition all right. Then I take that same pencil and do a little more detail. Okay, and I see there's some little, I think for me this is kind of like if I were doing a portrait, which I do a lot of. This would be like I would come and do the eyes first. So this is kind of like the same kind of thought process. Getting that eye in there, so to speak. And I'm also going to use some vine charcoal. It's a wonderful thing to mix with your pastels. And I want to start to get the feeling of those really light petals. That's when it's really going to start to pop. So I'm using a very light pink. It's probably going to look like white, but it's not pure white. In fact, I think I might even go a little, oh, that's about the same, yeah. And I just want to pop in some lights to get the color relationship going. So I have the background I have here is darker than the background on the photo. And I'm kind of not really sure yet if I'm going to leave it that dark. I think I'm going to just start to put a little bit of color around it. And here's one of the situations where I will use my fingers to blend. I don't always do that. But again, having that dark, working on that dark base will really give me some drama really quickly. So we got this going. We're going to get the stem, which comes right under here, and get the other stem. A little darker first. Then there's a stem going up above here. And let's just hit these little insides on all the flowers. Not really looking for little details, just going to get some big shapes. This guy's really facing up. They're all facing different directions, as flowers will do. I'm going to give him a little more shape. I see some kind of blue and pink both in that light.
Guys, we would like to tell you about one special offer that is taking place at our school right now. This is a free online workshop with our new teacher, Susan Kuznitsky, and it's devoted to mastering pastels. We will convey values, layers, and underpainting, all those things that are a must for every artist. The workshop will give you an opportunity to enter the world of pastels. You will learn how to organize your pastels by value, create a strong underpainting that will be the foundation of your work, and begin layering your pastels starting with large shapes. You will get this basic and very important knowledge about pastels, both in theory and practice, that will help you to create your future works in a professional manner. So, do not hesitate even for a second and click the link in the upper right corner. Register for free. Susan is eager to see all of you at the workshop and share with you her professional experience and basic principles of the pastels technique. The workshop is absolutely free, but its value is enormous. So register via the link on the screen or in the description below the video. See you at the workshop!
And if I want to just slightly lighten something without making it go away, I can use the pencils. So the pencils have a couple different jobs. They have the initial drawing, and then they have blending and what I call glazing. All right, I think this is a good start. I can start to see what's happening, what shape it's taking, and then I'll decide as I work more on this how much detail I want and how much I just want to leave it kind of very vague and more of an impressionistic style. It's really kind of up to you. As the artist, you're the boss of your painting. You're the boss of the photo, so you don't have to paint in every little thing that you see. You can pick and choose. Something that's hard to learn as a beginner. So just get this flower a little more shapely. This is just charcoal that I have in my hand. And sometimes I just need a little more mapping, I call it. It's just a little more guidance shapes. So I will get rid of that line that I made, but I just wanted to get it there so I could see what I needed. And then I want to get that pink in there, but I want to kind of mellow it out. So I'm taking that initial light pink pencil that I had in the beginning when I was drawing this out and just sort of, so you can see how it tones it down, but I don't completely lose it. When I rub real hard, then I can lose the color, but I don't always want to rub real hard, so I take the pencils to do some of the blending for me. So, just to repeat, I took a little painting that I did not feel was worthwhile, and I brushed it off, and I put a kind of a bath of the isopropyl alcohol on top of it, let it dry, and gave me a new surface, a whole new start. Do a little bit more down here, and then I think that will be it for this session. I love all the shapes of the greens down on the bottom here. I'll find one more green, more in the middle. So you could, at this stage, you can use hard or soft pastels. Of course, the softer the pastel, the more pigment's going to come off on the paper. So you want to start with the harder pastels and work up to the creamy, soft pastels. Well, I know what I was doing, that I got distracted, because I wanted to get some of this lacy stuff in here. So that means I'm going to have to kind of carve around it, or working the negative shape, kind of shape it, because it kind of melted into the background. All right, I think that's going to be it for this session. I will continue working on this off camera, and hopefully you'll get to see the finished result. So thank you very much for joining me, and that's it for now.